So if you're serious about AI, you've definitely heard of OpenClaw. It's one of the most powerful open source tools out there for building AI agents. But here's the thing, even the pros struggle to get the most out of it. After spending well over 200 hours perfecting my own setup, I'm going to walk you through the key practices that will absolutely transform your experience. Let's get started and turn your agent from a kind of frustrating toy into a powerful, reliable assistant. And this is exactly why this matters so much. You heard it from the CEO of NVIDIA himself. Agents are the future, and every single company needs a strategy. This isn't just a fun side project anymore. It's a fundamental shift in how we're all going to interact with software. The stakes are incredibly high, and honestly, falling behind is just not an option. So yeah, you've got a setup, but are you hitting those classic frustrations? Does your agent constantly forget what you were just talking about 5 minutes ago? Or do you give it a task and find yourself completely stuck, just waiting for it to finish thinking? If any of that sounds familiar, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to fix all of that. Okay, let's kick things off with the single biggest and easiest unlock you can make. It is time to stop using that one long, confusing chat window with your agent. Seriously, this one change is going to solve a ton of problems right off the bat. Now, here's what's really happening. When you mix everything, coding, research, personal reminders, into one giant thread, you're forcing the agent to cram that entire jumbled history into its context window. That's its short-term memory. And just like us, when it's trying to remember too many different things at once, it gets confused. Its memory just tanks. But by creating separate topic-based threads, you give each conversation its own clean, focused context. The result? Way better memory and the ability to have multiple projects going on in parallel without a hitch. And you know what? Getting this going is so simple. Just use a chat app that already has threading, like Telegram or Discord. Make a private group with just you and your bot, and then just start creating different topics for each project. It really is that easy. And hey, while we're talking about quick wins, start using voice memos. This is a total game changer if you're on the go, maybe driving, or you just don't feel like typing out a super long prompt. Just record your thoughts, fire it off, and let your agent get to work. All right, let's level up a bit. A real power user never, ever relies on a single AI model for everything. The secret to getting top-tier performance and efficiency is to have a multi-model strategy. So here's the core idea. Use the absolute best, most powerful model you can get for your main chat and for planning. Why? Well, because that's the model that's orchestrating everything else. It has to be the smartest one in the room. But for simpler stuff, or for specialized tasks like processing a video, you switch to a more focused and usually cheaper model. It's all about matching the right tool to the right job. And the benefits here are just huge. You get your results faster, you save money, and you're way more efficient with your token budget, which is how much data the model can handle at once. You save the big guns, the most powerful models, for the tasks that really truly need them. It's a signature move for any advanced agent setup. Okay, now let's talk workflow. The single most common bottleneck is having your main agent get stuck on a task. The solution is simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Use sub-agents to do all the heavy lifting.
I mean, does this sound familiar? You ask your agent to write some code or do a bit of research, and suddenly you can't do anything else with it until it's done. You're just stuck. That's a massive waste of your time. By delegating, you unblock your main agent so you can keep the conversation going while another agent is working away in the background.
The rule of thumb here is really simple. If a task is going to take more than, say, 10 seconds, just delegate it. That means all coding, all API calls, complex searches, file processing, you name it. Let a specialized sub-agent handle that stuff while your main agent stays free to chat and plan with you. All right, now we get to the really cool part. Let's start connecting all these ideas to build something that basically runs itself. The next step is to create a system that automatically maintains and improves itself using scheduled jobs, also known as crons.
So why run all these jobs in the middle of the night? Well, there are two big reasons. First, you're offloading all that heavy computing to a time when you're not even using the system. But second, and this is the pro move, it helps you manage those rolling API quotas. By spreading out your tasks, you avoid hitting your daily limits right when you need the system most during the day. Now here's a subtle but absolutely critical detail. Different models actually respond better to different prompting styles. Opus, for example, really dislikes all caps and prefers you tell it what to do. GPT models, on the other hand, can work better with negative instructions and are fine with caps. The point is, a single prompt file just can't be optimized for every model.
So the expert solution is this. You have your agent create and maintain separate prompt files for every model it uses, each one perfectly optimized based on the official best practices from the labs that made them. Then you use an automated job to keep all these files in sync, making sure you're always getting the absolute best performance out of your entire stack.
Let's talk about the one thing that holds so many people back: security. We're talking about an agent that has access to your files and your data. It has to be robust. So let's build a system you can actually trust.
A really solid defense isn't just one thing. It's a whole series of layers. First up, you have a simple filter that blocks all the common tricks people use to try and hijack the AI's instructions. Anything that gets past that gets scanned by another powerful AI model looking for more sophisticated threats. Then, before anything goes out, it automatically redacts secrets. And finally, you have a governance layer that stops it from running wild and spending all your money.
Let's just focus on that last part, because it's so important. Runtime governance is your financial safety net. It's constantly watching for things like infinite loops, and it enforces hard spending limits, protecting you from getting an accidental and massive bill at the end of the month.
But listen, none of these advanced strategies are going to work reliably if you don't have a solid foundation. This entire system, all of it, rests on 4 pillars that are just non-negotiable. They're basically the core principles of professional software development, just adapted for AI agents. And these aren't just tips, they are absolute requirements. First, logging. You have to log everything, so the agent can literally look at its own errors and figure out how to fix them. Second, documenting. The agent needs to know what it can do, so you have to document its tools. Third, backing up. Use Git, use cloud storage, so one mistake doesn't wipe out weeks of work. And finally, testing. Have the agent write its own tests to make sure every new thing you add is solid from the start.
See, this isn't just a random list of hacks. Every single piece connects to the others. The threads improve memory, the multimodal strategy boosts efficiency, delegation crushes bottlenecks, and the automation and security make the whole thing resilient and basically self-sustaining. It's a complete, integrated system.
So now you have it, the entire system architecture of a top-tier OpenClaw setup. The only question left is, where are you going to begin? What's that tedious task that you're going to hand off first to your new, supercharged AI agent?